Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons Remake is a beautifully updated version of the 2013 classic. It features updated models, new lighting, and recomposed cutscenes. You play as Naya and Nai, two brothers on a puzzle platforming journey to find a cure for their father. The original game was basically a brain lag simulator, where you had to control both brothers on a single controller. But this 2024 remake added true couch co-op, so I handed the second controller to my girlfriend. The controls are unique. Even with two controllers, the person playing Naya only uses the left side of their controller, while Nai uses the right side. A quick warning if you play this way though. The game explicitly tells you that only player 1 will actually unlock the trophies. Every trophy in this game can be obtained in a single playthrough, and surprisingly, there are absolutely no automatic story achievements. You don't even have to finish the game to get the platinum, but we obviously did. Because of that, please note that this video contains major story spoilers. If you do miss an interaction, there is a chapter select feature, but be extremely careful. Loading an early chapter can overwrite your later progress, which will completely reset your progress for the Lovebirds trophy. And speaking of missing things, we somehow managed to completely walk right past the very first easy trophy in chapter 1. So we will be going back to clean that up at the very end of the video. I'm Pelican Plat, and this is our complete and beautiful co-op journey to the platinum. Our very first trophy pops right away in the prologue. Right after the opening cutscene, as we were wheeling the father down the path, we came to a bridge. Instead of crossing it, head down the stairs on the side and follow the path all the way to the end. Down by the water, you just need to have either brother interact with the flat stones to skip a rock. Just make sure you do this before sliding down the roof to enter the town. If you slide down the roof first, you are locked out and will have to replay the entire prologue. Moving into Chapter 1, not far along the path in the second village area, you will find a little girl playing with a ball. For this next trophy, I had to step up as the older brother. Forcibly steal the ball from her and go shoot some hoops. Make sure you are controlling Naya for this. Take the ball back down the path, stand a fair distance away, and let go of the trigger to shoot it into the hoop. If you stand too close, his shot will actually miss. There are two major warnings for this area. First, do not drop the ball down the well yet. And second, do not enter the angry dog section up ahead. If you trigger the dog chase, you are locked out of the village and you will have to replay chapter 1 to get this. Right after showing off our basketball skills, it was time to do something truly evil. We had to go back to that poor little girl, steal her ball a second time, and drop it straight down a well. Again, you must do the basketball trophy first, because once the ball goes down the well, it is gone forever. There are actually two wells you can use. If you use the one at the beginning of the path, you will have to walk back past the little girl and literally watch her sobbing on the ground. If you don't want to face the consequences of your own actions, just use the well further down the hill. And just like the last trophy, make sure you complete this cruel deed before entering the dog section up ahead. Moving past the angry dog and the hay bales in Chapter 1, we come to the very first half of a two-part trophy. As you travel down the path and up the cliff, you will spot a small house with a bird trapped inside a cage. For this specific interaction, you must use the younger brother, Nai. If you try to use the older brother, he will literally just stand there staring at the bird and do absolutely nothing. So, have the younger brother pull the cage open to set the bird free. We won't actually get the trophy to pop right now, but definitely keep this little guy in mind because it will pay off much later in the game. Continuing past the farmhouse after freeing the bird, we arrive at the sheep puzzle. Have the younger brother spin the wheel to lower the bridge, and then take the older brother across to grab one of the sheep. Instead of using it for the puzzle, carry your woolly friend back across the bridge, past the farmhouse, and head down the untraveled path to the side. At the end of this path, you will find a small enclosed field with rabbits and an unlit campfire full of ash. Just lightly dip the sheep into the ashes to dye its wool completely black, making it an outcast and unlocking the Black Sheep trophy. Now, remember that missed trophy I mentioned in the intro? We actually could have used this exact same sheep to get the Spin Me Around trophy right here and now. But like I said, we completely blind walked past it, so we will talk about that specific trophy much later in the video. Since we are literally already at the fire pit for the black sheep trophy, we can knock out another one right here. Look around the exact same enclosure and you will notice 4 black bunnies hopping around, but only 1 white bunny. Pick up that single white bunny with either brother and give it the exact same ashen bath you just gave the sheep. Now all the bunnies match, they can finally play nice together, and the Bunny Buddies trophy is yours. Just to reiterate for this entire section, make sure you do not slide down the slope past the fenced-in yard until you have finished everything in this area. Jumping ahead to Chapter 3, right after escaping the caves, the game throws a pretty intense sequence at you. You wake up in the dead of night completely surrounded by wolves. You and your co-op partner have to stick very close together using the torch to keep the wolves at bay as you move forward. Eventually, you will reach a split in the path where the older brother is forced to drop his torch. Instead of going left to continue the story, take a right past the wooden bench. At the very end of this short route, you will find an angel statue. Make sure you use the younger brother to interact with it. He will point up at the night sky, a shooting star will fly by, and you will unlock the falling star trophy. Moving on to Chapter 4. Right after the younger brother wakes up from the dream sequence, follow the path until you reach the first fork in the road. Make sure you take the path to the right. You will suddenly come across a very dark scene, a man trying to end his own life. You and your co-op partner have to act fast here or he will actually die. Working together, the person playing the older brother needs to run up and hold the man's legs to keep him from choking. Meanwhile, the younger brother must quickly climb the rope up into the treehouse, crawl along the branch, and untie the knot to drop him down safely. Once his life is saved, the job isn't quite over yet. Continue further along the path to the right of the tree and drop down the small pathway into the remains of his burnt house. Retrieve the small music box from the ashes, bring it back up to the man, and hand it over. He will start playing a sad tune, but you will have successfully made him feel a little bit better and unlocked the trophy. After surviving the wild ride on the mountain goats, we helped bring the inventor's gear to his tower to raise him up to his home. But instead of heading straight towards him to continue the story, turn around and head up the spiral staircase. At the top, you will find a giant musical instrument that requires some perfect co-op coordination. Have the younger brother Nai grab the rotating lever and start spinning it to pump the air. While he is doing that, use the older brother to move the giant horn until it is covering the 3rd and 4th holes from the right. If you do it correctly, it will play a catchy little tune that makes the inventor down below break into a dance, unlocking the windpipe trophy. Now it is finally time for the payoff to that bird cage we opened way back in Chapter 1. Still in Chapter 4 at the inventor's home, before you and your co-op partner even think about touching that hang glider, head over to the telescope sitting on the ledge. Have either brother look through it and pan around the scenery until you spot a single bird perched on a branch. Once you center the camera on it, the view will automatically zoom in. Just watch them for a few seconds and you will see the exact same bird we freed earlier fly in to beautifully reunite with its lover, popping the Lovebirds trophy. Just a massive warning here. You absolutely must use the telescope before jumping on the hang glider, or you will instantly be locked out and have to replay the entire chapter from the beginning. Sadly, right around this next section, our main recording actually corrupted for 2 of the trophies, but luckily the PS5 automatically saves short clips whenever a trophy pops, so we still have the footage to show you what to do. Deep into the Giants section, you want to play normally until you work together to use a massive axe to clear the path. Right after that, be on the very close lookout for a fork in the road. You will know you are in the right spot when you see a giant sword stuck straight down into the ground. Once you spot that landmark, take the path to the right and jump over the small gap. At the very end of this route, you will find a massive horn overlooking the valley. Have the older brother Naya step up and blow into it. It will send a loud echo across the mountains, unlocking the Call of the Giants trophy. Jumping all the way to the beginning of Chapter 6, the story takes a very dark turn. Right after you and your co-op partner hop into the canoe, you need to row together down the stream until you arrive at a massive waterfall of blood. Yeah, a literal bloodfall. Instead of following the main path to the left, carefully steer the boat to the right and row directly into the falling blood. By peering behind the curtain, you will discover a hidden cave with some creepy cult members just doing their thing. Witnessing this weird secret will instantly pop the behind the curtain trophy. Just make sure you do this before you dock and exit the boat, or you will miss it and have to replay the start of the chapter all over again. This next trophy is the second and final time our main recording corrupted, but once again, the PS5 auto capture is here to save the day. Still in Chapter 6, after you finally get out of the boat and onto the ice caps, you will start following the woman you saved earlier. As you follow her, you will eventually come across a massive giant turtle. Instead of continuing to follow your new friend, take a detour to the right and climb down into the lower area. Working together, you and your co-op partner need to find all 3 baby turtles scattered around the ice. Carry them over to the icy chute near the mother turtle and slide them down one by one. Once you reunite the whole family, they will happily swim off into the sea, unlocking the Turtle Soup trophy. Just make sure you finish this rescue mission before entering the frozen town up ahead. Still in Chapter 6, right after saving the turtles, we have one more quick stop to make. Continue along the main path until you reach the section with the large saw and the forest. Before you get too distracted by the puzzle, follow the path up the ledge to your right. At the very end of this trail, you will find a quiet little wooden bench overlooking the ocean. Have both you and your co-op partner sit down and take a break for a second. The brothers will start calling out over the water, and a group of whales will actually respond by singing back and jumping out of the sea. Just enjoy the beautiful view, and the whale song trophy will pop right away. From here on out, there are absolutely no more hidden trophies to find for the rest of the playthrough. So we just put the guide away, focused entirely on our co-op teamwork, and fully experienced this genuinely heartbreaking and beautiful story. But of course, as I mentioned at the very beginning of the video, we still had one piece of unfinished business. The incredibly easy trophy we completely blind walked past in Chapter 1. Using Chapter Select after finishing the story, we loaded back into the early farm area with the water, the wheel, and the 4 sheep. All you have to do is take the older brother, Naya, pick up any of the sheep, and literally just spin around in circles multiple times. Just keep spinning like a ridiculous hedgehog until you make the poor animal completely dizzy. Once the sheep finally reacts to your spinning, the Spin Me Around trophy pops. And with that final piece of the puzzle, our beautifully and emotional co-op platinum journey was officially complete. This game is genuinely a masterpiece. Experiencing this incredible story with my girlfriend right beside me completely changed the whole game. Even with all of our terrible coordination, the missed jumps, and completely failing at basic teamwork, I wouldn't have wanted to share that emotional damage with anyone else. If this walkthrough helped you get your own platinum, or if you just enjoyed watching us struggle with basic directions, please drop a like and subscribe. I've been Pelican Plat, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.